All right, so just a quick update about what happened right now in the first 2 days of February. We had a very big week last week, but let's just focus pretty much on what happened on Friday because I think that's what made the big change in the market. Which of course we had Facebook or Meta's earnings coming out, which was just a huge hit. Stock went up like 20%. This is like $200 billion being added to its value overnight. Absolutely unbelievable. I think it blew everybody away. And it just took, of course, the Nasdaq back to all-time highs to those levels. Now, we also had the NFP come out on Friday, which was much better than expected. 150 jobs around that were expected to be added to the economy. We had about 353, which is just a huge blast. I think the whoever trades futures saw that on Friday. It was a huge drop, and only when the market really opened, when the cash opened, started. That's when we really started to see where the market's going, and it did finish up in a nice rally. I got in some nice trades there. Not enough, not as much as I should have. Here right now we're looking at the daily chart. Let's just go focus. I just chose this chart right now. And as you can see, we're in this kind of channel, this rising channel, some call it whatever, bear frog, bull frog, wedges, doesn't matter what it is. It's a channel that's going up right now, and it's starting to narrow. Since about, you could say, October, November, 2023, we've been kind of going crazy up, crazy fast. Okay, and if I'm going to take it a little bit out, this kind of is the continuation of what we saw throughout 2023, this huge bull run. And then towards about the half of the year 2023, we just kind of went a bit sideways, down a bit, and from there hit uptrend line that of course we have to mark on our chart, and we've been just pushing up higher from there. Most of it is again from the Magnificent Seven, excuse me. I also want to add AMD to that, of course. The chips, the technologies, the AI, all that stuff has just been pumping the market. Whether it is in line with valuations, absolutely not, of course, but the hype is there, expectations are there. I think the market is getting a little bit ahead of itself, as it tends to do. But the market is still liking what it's seeing. Like, the market is still liking what it's seeing. And yes, we have these huge companies that are just pushing the whole market higher and higher and higher. Is it sustainable? Again, that's something that we're going to see. I don't think we're going to be able to go all that much higher without some type of correction, which is why I chose this chart, the daily one. So normally when we have this rising channel, let's just take these two off. This was kind of a wedge that we traded downwards. It was a very nice trade. We see it pushing higher, touched. This is what gave me confirmation about this line. I went ahead and made this line a little bit more noticeable. Again, daily chart pushed up higher, all-time highs. Probably next week we're going to be pushing a little bit higher. This yellow line's been there for a while. This is one of the targets that we've had for before. I do think that we're going to see it continue in this rising formation until it narrows out, narrows and narrows and narrows out, possibly towards end of this month, maybe beginning of March. Until, yes, I think we're going to have a drawback down towards at least previous highs, which would be around here, the red line. As you can see, it's 404 on the QQQ. Again, I like to work on the QQQ. I like to show my trades on the QQQ, which of course expresses the Nasdaq price action. So yeah, that's where we are right now. I think that we're going to be rising in this channel. That channel has shown me that that is good support for now. So we've got to trade this range. Inside this range, it goes up, it's going to go down a little bit, but more or less, I wouldn't expect such big moves unless, of course, we're going to have something big, geopolitically or something like that in the near term. But again, I think we're going to be going a little bit higher until something's going to trigger it to go downwards. Normally, I like to use, if I'm using price action, I would take arrow from the beginning of the start of the channel. Okay, we could say about there, and try to calculate more or less how it's going to look like, if it's going to correct. I do not know. of course, how to predict exactly how long it's going to take for it to correct, or even if it's going to correct, because again, this is pure probabilities here. This is what normally happens. Nothing's of course sure thing. I've also seen things like this happen and they go exactly up the other way. But again, normally when we have such huge rise in price and it starts to narrow down, we're going to see kind of a retracement towards previous levels of support. So this red line right here is about 404. That's what I think it's got. It's probably will be about 6-7% from where I'm predicting it to be towards the end of the month. So that's it. This is just something to keep an eye on. Something just to know how, at least I'm going to be looking at the price of the Nasdaq for pretty much the month of February. If something changes, then we're going to be, of course, updating. I'll be updating, and I'm going to be looking at how we should trade it, how I'm going to be trading it. So that's just that for now. Anyway, I hope you guys had a great month of January, and wishing you all the best for February. Trade well, trade smart, and all the best. Bye for now. Don't forget, please, to follow and subscribe. Thank you.